What's going on, everybody? It's Mark, not Marcus, reporting live from Fiji, and I think it's time I pull you for a chat. But first, I got a text. Islanders, meet me at the fire pit. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Mark, not Marcus. Is this? I have a lisp. I have a lisp today. Anyway, if this is your first time being here on the Mark, not Marcus YouTube family, it is so nice to meet you. My name is Mark, of course, not Marcus, and welcome to our YouTube family. I need you to do a couple of things first before we really get into today's video, okay? So I need you to like, I need you to comment, and I need you to share. Share with who? Share with your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your niece, your nephew, your uncle, your auntie, your sugar mama, your sugar daddy, Ariana Maddox, any other Islanders, because we about to get into Love Island. And then I need you to subscribe, right? You know, don't watch and not subscribe. That's trifling. That's very much, you know, things that'll get you booted off the island. So we're gonna subscribe because we're currently on the road to 500 subscribers. This is a goal that I wanted by the end of the year, and baby, it's June. So I appreciate all the subscribers and all the family that we're building and gaining. But anybody that's watching this, click that subscribe button, damn it. And lastly, turn that notification bell so you're always notified when we're watching, when we're dropping, when we're reacting, when we're doing something new here on the Mark, not Marcus YouTube family. Now that we got all the formalities out the way, let's get into today's video. It's the summer and I came here for love, baby. I'm here, we're getting into Love Island. If you don't know what Love Island is, baby, you just don't want to find out. You know what Love Island is, so we don't even need to do that. But if you don't know what Love Island is, I have a video I posted earlier last week discussing season 8 before season 8 even began. So you can click that and watch that before you watch this video. So let me give you a little second to click that and watch that as I drink my Mucho Mango Arizona and grenadine because I wanted to make it look very like tropical islandy. Yeah. I'll take my sip, and while I'm taking my sip, you click that video. And if you already watched it, when I'm done taking my sip, we'll continue, okay? That's good. All right, so Love Island has begun, and I am currently reacting to each episode on my TikTok, and I do, like, you know, recaps of the episode. But here on the YouTube family, we're getting into it. We're getting into the full episode. We're breaking things a little down, a little more. Because it's been a lot already. And it's just been 4 episodes. So this is what we'll do each week. So we have pretty much 6 of these to do, I guess, since there's 6 weeks of Love Island. And then, of course, we'll do a reunion recap. So, yeah. Grab you a snack, a meal, a something, because we're gonna be here for a while, okay? I got my drink, so I am, you know, well hydrated. I got my lip balm, so my lips don't look a mess while I'm doing all this talking. And I got my notes from every episode that we have watched so far. So yeah, let's get into Love Island season 8. Oh my God. Disclaimer, I'm trying not to cuss, but child, I'm a cuss in this. Fuck it. This shit, our reactions are going to be all over the place. I'm letting that be known right now because my notes are kind of all over the place because the show be a lot at times. So yeah, fair warning as I get to reacting. It will be heaps and valleys of different things that I'm talking about. Some things I might go deeper into, some things I won't, because I took notes on bullet points and some of this stuff was not deep, but I wrote it down just in case it was that deep. So it's not that deep unless you want it to be, baby. Shout out to Demi Lovato. But okay, let's finally get into Love Island season 8, episodes 1 through 4. Pull up my beautiful background. Yes. I'm right in Fiji, right with them. And I'm in between my man KC and Anaya. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But so let's break down episodes 1 through 4. Welcome to Mark Reacts. And yes, the scenery is a little different, but the vibes are still the same. Play that intro. All right, so episode 1, I liked the intro song, the intro video. I know people was complaining about it. Girl, bye, I don't wanna hear it. I thought it was cute. I was living for it. I liked it. Why Kenzie had a bed in the middle of the damn rainforest was killing me, but I was living for the intro song. But you know, Love Island audience, they always need something to complain about, so I guess it was their first thing to complain about. But so first thoughts when I see the cast, I'm like, oh my God, everybody is gorgeous, or like everybody's pretty, everybody's handsome. Like, okay, cool. So let me tell you, well, I break down each cast member as we meet them. So first they come in at night, and shout out Ariana Madix, but we gonna get into her. Like I said, this shit all over. Saban, you in this toy, my boy. You in this toy. You are loud with this toy. Oh my gosh. This is my sister's dog. But can you get down now? Thank you, love. Okay. Like I said, they come in at night, and we first meet Anaya and Kenzie. Gorgeous gowns. I literally wrote gorgeous gowns because gorgeous women. Like, I love it. Anaya is 23 years old. She literally seems so young and innocent. I'm reading what I wrote, and I love the song choice for her recap. Like, the song choices for each of them were eating. I don't remember which one it was, but I know for some people I wrote the song, some people I didn't. Kenzie is 24 years old, and she is a nurse. I love her. I feel re-virginized. She said that, and I was like, girl, you just took me out. But Kenzie and I are both from Georgia, so like, it really was like, that was so cute. They had their little Georgia moment. And then we meet Melanie. Melanie is gorgeous. She is Dominican and 24 years old from Philly. And remember this, she said a comment about the girls girl. I'ma include the clip because I think I'll be able to find it. So I'll include the clip right here.
My sisters, I don't use the term girl's girl. Any real woman that loves women never has to say, I'm a girl's girl. It just shows on the way you behave and the way you show up for them.
The clip already played, so as you saw, she talked about it's a red flag if a girl be like, I'm a girl's girl. You don't need to say it. Just, you know, I guess in a sense I'm more action than I am in words. I can show you that I'm a girl's girl rather than saying, yeah, I'm a girl's girl. And you know how Love Island is. Everybody gotta be a fucking girl's girl, or you're gonna be talked about on social media or whatever. Who knows? These people never gonna be happy. So then after we meet Melanie, we then meet Beatriz and Trinity. Beatriz, 25 years old from California. Love her. She made a joke. It was a haunted house joke. Oh my gosh, she is a Paralympic also. Shout out to Bea. She made a haunted house joke. I think she was like in there with her friends or something like that, and a guy jumped out with a chainsaw and she pulled her leg off. I'm like, girl, I love how she like makes like brings joy out of her disability, and I love that. But I think social media getting too damn much, because somebody called her a Terminator, and that's disrespectful. But after that, we meet Trinity. My baby is 22 years old. My girl is repping for the young hoes. Ain't that what y'all calling them? Even though I'm 25. But she's so pretty. I love Trinity, love her energy. And yeah, and then, wait, what did I write? All y'all need to stop trying to find love and live y'all life, child. Y'all babies, yes. Baby, I mean, I understand. I was 21. Like, oh my God, I'm with the love of my life. Probably, who remembers? I don't know. baby, I'm 25. Live your life. But, you know, Serena and Cordell were young. Well, Cordell was young, and look at him now. Like, so if it happens, it happens. Who am I to complain? All right. Then Ariana appears. If you do not know the queen, Ariana Madix, she is the host for Love Island. She has been the host for the past 3 seasons, season 6, 7, and now 8. Love her down. I don't care what nobody says. I'm defending my cancer sister. Yeah. Ariana always looks the fuck good, and she always be having the girls back, and I love that. And she be clocking shit on the low, and I love that. Like, I love that. Do y'all research on my girl Ariana Madix? She do not play. Don't play with her. Do not play with her. So Ariana asks the girls, like, you know, why are you here? Melanie states, you know, love life just fails. Never mix love and heartbreak. Cool, whatever. Trinity wants to find her husband. Again, my young girl wants to find her man, her husband. She wants to be treated like the princess that she is. And she falls fast, but don't play with her. Kenzie, she was single for a year and a half. And she is a one partner girl. She don't really like the Rasta. You know, got away boy in my Rasta. He be feeding me pasta and lobster. All right, Anaya, not gonna settle for nothing less than what she deserves. She's just like, I'm a Rasta kind of girl until I figure out what I want, or until I figure out who actually, you know, giving me the energy that I'm going to reciprocate. Bea Threes, or we're gonna call her Bea. I'm gonna call her Bea. She had an amputation at 10 months old, and she's a 2-time Olympian. Ain't nothing stopping my girl, and we will definitely see that throughout this episode, throughout this season. So we finally meet the boys. Sincere fine ass. And Bryce comes in. Bryce literally looks like a model. When he said he was a model, like, I'm like, that's literally understandable. Sincere is 25 years old from New Jersey. He was a track and field coach, raised by his grandma and mama. Shout out grandma and mama. And he was like, I won't find my wife at a club, but maybe a run club or a museum. I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Bryce is adorable. Kenzie was like, it looked like she had the eyes for him, but we'll soon find out she really don't no more. But he is 29 years old. And lives in Los Angeles, California, but is originally from Hawaii. He's a model and he DJs. He's very sensitive and a lover boy. And his first modeling gig was Calvin Klein. Like, he was trying to be humble about it, and boy, pop your shit, Mr. Calvin, pop your shit. So then we meet Casey and Sean. I'm gonna take a sip every time I say somebody that's fine. My drink will be gone in the next 5 minutes. Sean is a little bit from all over, but he's Police Bae, and I thought it was so funny. I get to say this because I'm motherfucking black, but I thought it was funny that the black guy said, KC, was like, oh, watch out, y'all, he the feds. Like, I thought that was so funny. But anyway, he's 29 years old, so far Bryce and Sean are the oldest in the villa. And back in his job, a lot of the community calls him Officer Sexy Pants, which I understand. He was in a 10-year relationship, and things, you know, just they grew apart, whatever. And then he got on dating apps, and he got a girl pregnant. And he is a father. Shout out to good daddy Sean. And what was so funny is Bea's face when he said he was a child. But yeah, shout out to being a good motherfucking father, Sean. KC is 23, again from California. Half this damn cast from California. He is a nurse practitioner. Never left a woman unsatisfied in bed, so he says. And he would rather be a lover boy, but he can be a fuck boy. And I wrote KC is a player. I'm calling it. I may be wrong, but in the first 4 episodes, that boy ain't no player. But so yeah, that's that. Oh my God, y'all, I forgot Zach. Meet Zach. We meet all the cast, and we finally get to the first challenge. So let me get ready for the first challenge. So the first challenge is simply, you know, you'll get by a door and that represents you the most, and then anybody that's on the opposite side of the door or whatever, you'll share a kiss with them. Cool. So the first question was like favorite sex positions, and then yeah, shout out to Demi Lovato's song Kiss. I kiss for fun. It's fun to kiss. I use my tongue like this. period. Shout out to Demi. Go stream It's Not That Deep unless you want it to be the deluxe and the album, period. But anyway, yeah, so people had their choices and everything, and people started, you know, once they pair up or whatever in their different doors, people started kissing. It was not important who decided to want doors, but Sean and Bea, I was shipping the living life out of them. Like, they just gave instant chemistry, but we'll find out more about that later. But and Bea said it's just something about being manhandled and arms pushed back, pulled back, pushed into the bed, and she was talking about being in missionary. And Sean was like, yeah, pull the hair, grab the neck, spit in the mouth. Hold on now, Mr. Police Officer. Mrs. Officer, Mr. Officer. Zach said use and abuse me. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah. And then we get dog person, cat person, or plants. Everybody went dog or cat, cool. KC gonna send his ass to a plant person. Nobody was on the other side of that door. KC got PTSD with doors, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Kenzie had to kiss Bryce, and she said he has a turtle tongue. Oh, that was so hilarious. I thought it was so funny, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, now he got a turtle tongue. But, and then, I don't remember what else they asked, but the last question, are you here for fun? Are you here for the fun? Everybody, cool. Everybody stood on the same door and everybody just kissed. So then we get to the first coupling after that entire moment. So the first couple that we have is Bryce and Trinity. I wrote is giving Austin and Shelly, but it's really not. But Austin was funny. My God, airhead. But the second couple is Sean and Beatrice. I put I'm shipping because at the time I kind of still am. Anyway, then we get to KC. And insert meme of the season at this point so far.
That shit empty.
Is there no one that...
Yeah, that shit empty.
Oh no.
Damn, that shit empty. That shit is so hilarious. I did like the challenge or the video where people say something in different tones. Let me insert that because I thought I ate that up. That shit empty. Okay. That shit empty. That shit empty. Damn, that shit empty. That shit really empty.
Empty.
But yeah, like that moment was so hilarious, but also it kind of seemed like his ego kind of got shot. But whatever, he played it very well. He kept it very P, and he was just so funny and made a funny moment out of it. And you know, he was like, damn, this is what I get for saying I'm a plant person. But then we get to Sincere, and he has two options. He can choose between Anaya or Melanie, but we all knew he was about to choose Melanie. Like, they just had that chemistry in a way. And I wrote they look like cousins because they did. Like, they look very similar, like, to each other. And then Zach and Kenzie become a couple, and then the last two people who are left alone are Anaya and KC. Kanaya, my clients. I would do anything I have to take them to that finale. Thanks. Yeah, so everybody, that's the couples, and then people just start breaking off into conversations. KC facial expressions are absolutely hilarious. He's just so cute. And then we find out Anaya's father was in the NBA, period. Shout out Hoops. Kenzie doesn't think Zach is fully into her, so she keeps her guard up. And child, let me tell you about this. Zach either stupid or dumb. Because if I'm talking to somebody and you're not my type at all, I've never dated someone that looks like you. He tells her, and this is a blonde-haired woman, blue eyes. Yeah, I usually date people with darker features, darker hair, you know, dark eyebrows, you know, the brown hair stuff, black hair stuff, you know, yeah. So you basically just told Shorty, I never go for women that look like you, but he complimented her eyes. You could have said, you know, on paper, you know, I would never, you know, on paper you're not my type, but when I got in the villa, you caught my eye. You could have said it like that, you know, but no, you painted it the way you painted it, and baby, downhill from there. But they get dressed and chill in the villa or whatever, and before that, we can already see Sincere and Melanie had a lot of chemistry, and Bryce is kind of worried about the age gap between him and Trinity because it's a 7-year age gap. And you know, some couples that age really does do a detriment. Some people may be mature as an adult but lack emotional maturity at their age, if that makes sense. You can be 22 and be very mature in adulthood, but be 22 and very immature in emotional maturity. And I think that's what Bryce potentially might be talking about. And I mean, he's 29. He's experienced a different amount of life than Trinity has, but so has she. But anywho, my baddie girl Ariana's back looking good like always. And then everybody meets at the fire pit, and we're back with another door. We back with another door. So pretty much what this is we're wrapping up almost at the end of the episode. So you're on the door and you either stand in a red dot, which means you want to did I write that down? I don't remember. The red dot means you want to stay in your group, and green, no. Green means you want to stay in your group. Red, whatever the fudge. You stood on a dot. The dot meant something. The other dot meant the other thing. When it came to Bea and Sean, Bea wanted to explore. Sean wanted to stay. Now, why I think she wanted to stay, well, I mean, why I think Bea wanted to leave was because Sean has a child. And she was like she was saying, we saw earlier in the conversation, she was talking to some of the girls, you know, I don't usually go for guys that have a child. But I am glad Sean told everybody up front, because last season, I'm not gonna mention that last season because it was emotionally too much to fucking watch. That last season was just a lot. But also to that point, I am fully aware that it is different when a woman tells somebody that she has a child rather than when a man tells someone that I am a father. So I know it's different and it's perceived differently, and how the world just looks at everything differently, and so dang on judgmental. But that's, you know, I am glad that Sean told everybody up front. But Bea at the end, like I said, she wants to explore. Sean wants to stay. Kenzie wants to stay, and her intuition was telling her not to stay, but Melanie like, girl, no, trust it, like trust it. So Kenzie stayed. Zach ass wanted to explore. Trinity and Bryce, they both stayed. Trinity and Bryce, no baby, they both wanted to, you know, explore. Anaya and KC, I was just writing everything incorrectly. Anaya and KC wanted to stay. Shout out Kanaya, love them. And then Melanie and Sincere, they both wanted to stay. Then we get to the bombshells. So for the girls, if you wanted to leave your relationship, Gabrielle came in, Mr. Hornball, Gabrielle came in and he would kiss the girls that were wanting to explore, which was Trinity and Bea. This is exactly what I put. Bitch, I'm shipping Beatrice and Gabriel already. Anaya said he is fine, which I think he's cute. His actions, but that Brazil, I don't want to stereotype a whole like place, but they're very flirty people, a group of people. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But he's cute. Gabriel and Baez was kissing down like, ooh, that man can kiss, but keep that tongue in your damn mouth, Gabriel, nasty ass. But yeah. Then for the males, if you wanted to dip out, and the only people who did want to dip out were Bryce and Zach. They met Bombshell Kata, and my girl came in. Kata kissed Bryce and kissed Zach, and Anaya is just so funny and turned. That's what I wrote down. I don't remember what she said, but she probably was reacting to all them girls getting kissed by Gabrielle. And then we ended the episode by seeing Gabrielle took away Trinity and Beatrice, and Kata took away Zach and Bryce, and that was the full episode 1. Mess. I mean, it wasn't mess. I love the pacing of the episode already. I felt like it was very... Season 7 was a lot, and I'm not going to mention the past season a lot because totally different cast, different script, not even script, but different situations. Everything's different, so I don't really want to go back and forth and do the comparisons. But I love the pace of this. It felt very calming, and it was peaceful. So yeah. That was episode 1, and I was like, oh baby, I'm hooked. Like, I'm hooked. Bad done left my man Sean. Sean gonna be pissed. Like, Sean gonna be salty. Kenzie finna be in her feelings. And y'all, my girl said she get emotional at night. So I was just like, damn, this shit finna be bad. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to episode 2, because we got 2 episodes left, and y'all, we already almost been here for like 20 minutes. So let's get into it. All right, so episode 2. It was a cool episode. It wasn't nothing too crazy. We kind of was jumping back and forth between what was going on in the villa and what was going on at Paradise Cove, which is where the 2 new bombshells, Kata and Gabrielle, took Zach, Bryce, Trinity, and Bea. So the couples that were left following the challenge were Melanie and Sincere, Anaya and KC, again, my clients. And again, KC is never gonna look at Doris the same, because you know that shit empty. Kenzie is by herself, and my girl was Saudi. It'll be someone better. And I wrote down Ariana is really good at reassuring, because that silence, or however they edited it, had that girl sitting there silent for so long. I'm like, okay, y'all, can we please keep going? This is getting very, very awkward. Like, I had secondhand embarrassment for my girl. But then Beatrice left, so Sean is by himself, and Sean was really excited for the opportunity to connect more with Bea. And like, I think the whole villa was like, wait, we thought she would have stayed, but my girl did. So then they kind of all talked about it. So Kenzie, Melody, and Anaya. Kenzie was crying about the whole situation with Zach, and I personally think, I think everybody also needs to understand what may seem like, oh, y'all in the villa for a day, what may seem like 45 minutes to an hour and some change of an episode to us may seem like so much longer to them. They are actually there in these people's faces all day, 24/7. So of course feelings are moving faster, and you know, romance is high and emotions are high. So I think we need to be more compassionate for everybody on that show and everybody involved, because you know, these are real people and real feelings who are still working through trauma from last relationships, working through trauma in life, working through themselves. Like, everybody is young still. Like, you know, we're all still a work in progress. So I think we need to keep that in mind before we get on the internet saying outrageous, rude, parasocial, insane comments to people that you don't know. Okay. So yeah, I think Kenzie is just dealing with a lot of trauma from guys that she picks who always do her wrong or cheat on her or just suck in general. And again, you know, sometimes you have to look in like, well, what am I doing that attracts the people that always do me wrong? You know, you kind of are what you attract. You know, you allow yourself. I had to look at myself in some relationships. I attract people who I end up fixing, but I get hurt. So what am I doing that makes me attract those people? I want to fix everything. I gotta fix that within myself so I don't attract that. I don't attract people that wants me to fix, and if I do, we fix each other and we build together and we last together. That's different. But anyway, I'm done preaching. Sean, Sincere, and KC talked, and they was just saying how they felt bad for Kenzie and felt bad for Sean. Sean just wants Beatrice to say, you know, like, I chose you, so he wants to be chose. Nothing's wrong with that. But let's head to Paradise Cove with the bombshells. So again, we meet bombshell Kata, and she is with Zach and Bryce. Kata is from New Hampshire. She is a 5'9" baddie. She is gorgeous. She's a gorgeous girl. Gorgeous girl. And then we see Beatrice with Gabrielle and Trinity. Smart girl Tran also, he was like, you know, where do you guys think I'm from? I speak Portuguese. And she was like, Brazil? Yeah, my girl's a smart one. And then I wrote, like, he seemed like he was trying a little hard, but he's from Miami and he models and DJs. And what was so awkward? Him and Bea were just kissing, and Trinity just sitting there like, yes, kiss. Yes. Kiss, yes, kiss. It was so awkward. Oh my God. Both of those situations just gave threesome waiting to happen porno. It was just very, very odd. But, yeah. So, we get back to the villa. Sincere and Melanie talk. Melanie asking all these questions about the bombshell. And you can kind of start to see Melanie's trust issues that she stated that she had in some of her testimonials. She's, you know, what does she look like? What was she wearing? Like, and he's like, well, she kind of looked like you, but not like y'all two different people. Of course, she's not you, as Sincere is doing to reassure her, but like, I could understand the comparisons. Same kind of height, same kind of build, complexion close a little bit, but I could understand what he was saying. Anaya and Casey talk. Kanaya, I'm here for it. All that kissing, all of that, they had their little moment, like, like, they're just so cute. So, I really, really love them. I love them. So we get back to the Cove. Again, Trinity and Gabrielle start kissing down. All Gabrielle asks want to do is kiss, but he a bombshell, so I guess she gotta come in and blow shit up. But, what was the most awkward part of this entire episode? Kata, Zach, and Bryce are all in one bed because, of course, they got this big, long bed that they all got to stay in because it's 3 of them. So, Kata and Zach, kind of, you could tell their connection is getting tighter than Kata's and Bryce. So, like, Kata and Zach are cuddling, and Bryce, like, try to scoot over, like, let me get in here. What was y'all finna do? Y'all cuddle and she just sit in the middle and be cuddled by 2 men? I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. That's odd. And she was like, no, you're gonna be by yourself tonight. I felt so bad for that man. I was like, Bryce, that's embarrassing. I would have wanted to get up and just jump in the water and pull a Rob and just hide underneath the water or whatever, because that was so embarrassing. It was this picture from challenges that somebody posted on Twitter and was like, that's what it gave. I'll insert the picture. Very much gave that. Very much gave that. But then the next morning or whatever, Sean makes breakfast for Kenzie, and like Sean need to make breakfast for me. He made like this chicken sausage and he put it in the shape of a heart, put eggs on top of it. It was very, very cute. Like, so we can kind of see that something is kind of brewing in between those two, but I really don't think it's gonna turn into anything. But Zach and Bryce have a chat, nothing happened. Trinity and Bea had a chat, nothing happened. Kenzie, KC, and Sincere had a chat, baby, it was nothing too. But yeah, I love Kenzie. My girl, Lil Ditsy, like, I love Kenzie. I really like Kenzie. So we get to the dates of the bombshells. Kata and Zach, when they get on their date, they're pretty much talking about family and things of that nature. How they were raised, you know, different things of that nature, family, mother, father, siblings, things of that nature. Then we go back to the villa for a quick second. Sean, Anaya, and Melanie are talking to, they're talking about Bea 3's and Sean's relationship. And, you know, just kind of understanding, you know, reassuring him kind of in a way, but also trying to understand, like, maybe what potentially happened. And then right after, we get to Bea and Gabrielle's date. Gabrielle say he's a lover boy, but he looks like a player. My guy, you're a player. Bea says she puts on a tough girl acts, but acts defensive. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. And I put, bitch, I need to visit Brazil. I do. I very much do. Very much do. Then Sean and KC chat. And I literally put, I love Sean and KC. Like, they're both really good guys. Oh, I'm not doing these people on the internet that know them, that's coming and having a moment. Let me tell you about Sean. Let me tell you about Sincere. Let me tell you about this person, that person. Baby, you want your moment because they on national television and getting millions and millions of people watching them. You want your moment of fame. You trifling, and that's nasty. I don't like that. Next. But like I said, I love them. And we're back to the date. Trinity and Gabrielle. We also find out Gabrielle is 26 years old. And like my girl said, I'm young, but I know what I want. And you can see that he was definitely a little more reserved with Trinity than he was with Bea. Like, he was all over Bea, but he was less all over Trinity. So I was like, oh, that's not something that's gonna stay here. Then to speed this up, because nothing else really much happened, Kata and Bryce had their date, and you could just tell she really wasn't interested in Bryce. But the kisses didn't look interesting, nothing looked interesting. So then we see Sean and Kenzie have a chat. Sean really talks about how he wants to be picked, and Kenzie, you know, kind of can resonate with that, and she loves intentionality. As we can see, she loved when Sean made her breakfast and everything. And I kind of have a red flag with this relationship. Is this something like genuine, or is this something out of pity, or like we're both in a situation, so we might as well just, you know, be together type of thing? Is that what this was? I don't care regardless. Like, don't send either. I don't want none of them going home. So do what y'all gotta do to stay. But then, side note, I wrote, Anaya is drop dead fucking gorgeous, because my girl is. Like, so it's the nighttime or whatever, and the girls look good. Then Sincere gets a text that says, you know, gather at the fire pit immediately. Shit about to get messy. And shit definitely got messy. So Melanie gets a text that says, please welcome back Bea 3's, Trinity, and Gabrielle. So Sean, you can just see Sean's face, like he looked a little heated. Like, he definitely looked pissed. Then KC gets a text saying, welcome back Kata, Zach, and Bryce. Anaya gets a text, here comes the mess. I wrote it down word by word, line by line, because I had to really talk about the mess. Gabrielle has to choose who he wants to couple up with. Kenzie gets a text, who does he want to couple up with? Sean gets a text that he has to lock in his answer. That Sean gets a text that Gabrielle has to lock in his answer with the kiss. Messy, because why y'all have Sean read that message to Gabrielle when y'all know Gabrielle is gonna pick Bea and kiss that woman in front of Sean, and y'all messy, and I'm sick of y'all trying it. Shout out Megan. And the same situation happens with Kenzie. So Gabrielle picks Bea and they kiss down. Let me tell y'all what I wrote. Damn, Sean, and the kiss was crazy and long. Poor fucking Sean, yo. Then the same situation happens with Kata and Zach. Kata picks Zach and she kisses him, and Kenzie had to read it, and it was just so awkward. Trinity and Bryce end up getting back together because they were single or whatever. And then we would think the mess is done. Nope, the mess ain't over. The mess ain't over at all. Then Gabrielle reads to Sean. Sean and Kenzie had to stand up in front of the fire pit. Gabrielle read to Sean, "You are single and now vulnerable." No, not Gabrielle. Bea read to Sean, "You're single and now vulnerable." Imagine this. A day before, I was standing outside a door thinking you was gonna be on the other side of it, saying you wanted to stay in this connection. Whole time you was not on the other side of that door. That shit empty. And now when I wanted to stay in that connection, now I'm being told by you through a message that someone sent to you to tell me I am single and now vulnerable. Gooped and gagged. So Sean and Kenzie were both told that. Kenzie was told by Zach, and she said, well, I wrote it down. She blows a kiss to him and says thank you. And that's how we end episode 2. Like, episode 2 was really starting the mess. And I could tell at this point, a lot of people online was like, all right, it's kind of this season is kind of boring. If you want to go see drama, go watch something on Bravo, Real Housewives, this. Go watch your drama that you looking for and you desperately needing. This is Love Island. Love is going to be the main thing of the show. We're going to get to the mess, but if you're here just to watch the mess, I kindly suggest you to go watch something else. But mess is what they wanted, and mess is what we got. So let's get into episode 3. All right. So I'm about to speed through this because, like I said, this test trial, we're learning together. So episode 3, the bullshit and the mess that y'all looking for has started. So people just talking after Kata and Gabrielle are now in the villa officially. So people just, having chats and whatever. Cool. Everybody just having their little separate chats or whatever. Then we see Sean and Bea have a chat, and Bea states that she still wants to explore her connection with Sean. And Sean is basically saying, I felt the way. I was standing on the red, and I'll look through the door, and your ass gone. And Bea took it as, she thought this door will open, and I will get to explain why. I want to explore my connection. I don't want to just lock in on one person. I still want to explore you, but I want to explore other people. And she said, I guess I thought I could have my cake and eat it too. And I just think the difference is, again, age. I think Sean's like, I'm 29. I'm ready to, find somebody that wants me, chooses me. And, I want somebody who's going to stand on that green for me. And they had a mutual understanding of both their perspectives within that situation. Sean, let me tell you something. One thing, my brother. Start saying that girl's name correctly. It is not Beatrice. It is Bea or Beatrice. If you can't say either or, you definitely not getting that girl. Anyway. Trinity and Bryce have a chat, and I fear one of them going home first. We see that Trent is a slow burner, and if one of them going home first, it better be Bryce. Trinity better not go nowhere. That's a little sus. But you can see that Trent is a slow burner, but her and Bryce now feel kind of close to one another. They felt like, they were building a foundation to something. I don't see it, but go off. Zach tries to pull Kenzie for a chat, trying to talk about everything, and Kenzie like, no, I'm good. I'm cool with that. Because at this time, Kenzie and Sean was talking, and Zach tried to come up and talk, and Kenzie was like, no, I don't want to talk right now. And period, you have your right to not want to talk to that man. So it's the next day. Everybody, chatting, eating their breakfast. And Bea and Zach have a chat as he prepares to talk with Kenzie. And it was kind of odd. Like, I don't know, it was kind of odd. Bea is coaching Zach pretty much on what to say to Kenzie, and I'm like, if you say this shit verbatim, it's as if you don't genuinely feel everything that you know what you want to say to her. You just saying something to her because you know she feel away. But it didn't matter in no way, because when he tried to talk to her again, Kenzie said, nope, I don't want to talk right now. And you know, people can say they feel like, you know, she's kind of like emotionally mature, but if somebody don't want to talk to you, cool. Like, and they're like, you know, you don't need to kiss her ass. I just think Kenzie, like, boy, you played in my face. I'm not finna let you sit here and talk no more. But then, like, we see her be petty later in a challenge. So it's just, that whole situation was just weird. But anyway, we find out that Sean and Kenzie kiss each other earlier as we get to the nighttime and prepare for a challenge. Well, a game, a moment, a game, whatever, a challenge. So Zach gets a text, and we see Sincere with his hair out looking like Simba, fine ass. But Zach gets a text and says that truths will be told and secrets will be revealed. Who's ready to make a splash and go in the deep end? So the game is, you know, somebody will get a card, you read it, and whoever person you think that is, you'll push them into the water, the pool. And I'm like, about time, because the last time I seen people swim in this damn pool was season 6. I don't remember nobody being in that damn pool season 7. I don't. So I'm like, I love that they using this nice ass pool. So yes, give it to me. So this is what everything was happening. You know, these are some of the questions. Who did role play during sex as the Terminator? Anaya did that shit. And KC like, damn, if you will do that, then you will do some things. I'm like, y'all so freaky. But anyway, which Islander forgot an Islander's name during sex? Zach. That's trifling. That, you think you're gonna be having sex with me and you don't know my name? You forget my name? Maybe it was a one night stand. Had to be. Who slept with the 52-year-old? We all knew that was Gabriel. We all knew that was Gabriel. He's talking about she was just, you know, she was a gorgeous woman, and you know, she it was great. Okay, Miss 52-year-old Coochie, I know that's right, honey. Who broke up with their partner the same day and had sex with someone else the same day? Sean. I ain't judging. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Which Islander gave? Who, y'all? Listen to this closely. Which Islander gave their boyfriend head while their mother was driving? Now I don't judge. But it was Trinity, my sister girl. My sister girl. That's a little wild. That's a little wild. Like, you in a back seat while your mama driving a car. I ain't judging, but I'm scared of you. I'm very much scared of you. I am very much scared of you. Goes to the boy because he bought her an engagement ring, Melanie. Orgasm over friend pillow, Kata. Trinity was like, she gotta be watched. Hide your pillows. Thought that was so funny. Had sex in the same room with best friend KC, and he basically told like some college story where him and his homeboy had both their little things. You know, his homeboy, his best friend had his little thing. KC had his little thing at the same time. I'm like, okay, I've heard college stories like that before, so whatever. Weird, but I mean, not weird, but again, I'm not judging, so whatever. Dated someone and said he could get a friend's number. Child, I don't know what that was. But that was Kenzie. This was Kenzie was being messy. She said it was Zach just so she could push that man in the goddamn on pool. And but the whole time it was Bryce. And then here's when the mess starts. Well, this is what the mess leads into episode 4. Guilty of texting other people while they were with someone else. Sincere. And Mel get to losing her shit. And not, oh shit, okay, let me be more sensitive to the situation. She didn't lose her shit, but I think it kind of triggered, like she, as we saw within the episode, she spoke about situations where she self-sabotages and ruins some things because of what she's been through. And I think this is kind of where it started. So, you know, they kind of, Sincere is, they were kind of like, you know, people was making reactions to it or whatever, and Sincere was like, you know, we all done it at some point. I wouldn't say that, but you know, go off. But so Sincere and Melanie have a talk, and then what was even so funny, I forgot to mention, in this episode, Kata pulls Sincere for a chat, and when they're talking, Mel or Melanie walks past them, and she's with, I think, Anaya, and she was like, oh, Sean, Sincere's talking to somebody, but I don't know who it is. And girl, yes, you can see who that is. So we come to find out that Mel eventually knew that it was Kata that Sincere was talking to. And Mel kind of felt the way, like, you know, you could have told me we been in the villa all day and we ain't talked. First off, honey, y'all gotta stop letting production play with y'all. Janae and Serena been put us up on game. Like, they want y'all to talk to certain people, and they would be like, no, that don't make no sense for me to go talk to them. Girl, if that's your connection, go talk to that man. Yeah, I literally see y'all in clips after you saying this, walk past that man. But again, that's how that's edited, so whatever. But what was irritating me, Melanie kept saying, what's her name? You know that girl name. You trying to be funny. You know that girl name. You trying to be funny. But that's where things started with her and Sincere. So after the challenge in the game, things just escalated to another point, and it already added to the fuel of the fire. So it was already some mess. And Sincere and Mel have a chat, and Mel kind of had a moment with Sincere, like, I said, I think she just wear her emotions on her sleeves, and she doing exactly what she said, as in self-sabotaging. And she was just upset about him pulling Kata for a chat, where all they talked about was dogs, and like, you know, growing up and things of that nature. It was not no romantic connection talk. If anything, it was like, yeah, that's the homie vibe. Like, it gave like, oh, we just getting to know one another. And Kata's like, you know, I might, you know, I could pull, we might talk again or whatever, but it was not nothing on nothing. Like, Melanie kind of jumped to a conclusion, and I think, like I said again, I think it was going into that self-sabotaging. So, child, I'm trying to be nice to these people because they're real people, but social media said it's giving Huda and Jeremiah. And I kinda agree. But more Huda, not Jeremiah. Because like some of the stuff Mel was saying, like, you know, like, it's really not giving Sincere. You thought you ate. You thought you ate that. You ain't have to say that. That was petty. That was real petty in left field. And 1 second. So, like I said, it just was very like, the conversation got petty. Like, it seemed like the conversation got petty when Sincere understood, like, okay, you know, it was just a communication issue, even though what I had to communicate wasn't nothing. We did not talk about nothing, but out of respect for our connection, I should have said something cool. But like, she was just saying, you know, like, if you want to explore, do that. And he's like, nobody ain't saying, like, I'm not saying none of that. Like, I'm happy with our connection, and I want to keep exploring you and everything like that. We literally just had a chat and we talked about dogs. Like, it wasn't much. But she was like, you know, I really just can't believe, you know, can't buy into what you're saying right now. I guess we'll have to see it in a couple weeks. Baby, this is Love Island. You may not be here in a couple of weeks. And by the way episode 4 went, you may not be here long. So yeah, it just went very left, and I felt bad for the situation because I feel like Melanie is just going. She's not thinking, and I think she was missing that. I think you're doing your self-sabotaging thing, but that was episode 3. So we are about to get into episode 4. Buckle up, because a lot of people were saying this season not messy, this season not, it's slow, it's not interesting, even though it's the most viewed Love Island season, passing season 6 and 7. But clearly y'all just doing a lot of talking, and y'all listening, and y'all watching. So let's get into the mess of episode 4. All right. We made it to the last episode. I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible, but if not, sit back and relax and watch it. I'm sorry. Okay, so episode 4. So we started off with Sincere, Sean, and Bryce having a chat at the docks, and they're talking about this Sincere and Mel, and just state that, moral of the story, it was a communication issue. So we look at other people having connections, and Bea and Gabrielle have a chat about their connection because Gabrielle and Kenzie are kind of starting something. But again, Gabrielle not here to find no love. Gabrielle's here to fuck. Anyway, so Gabrielle states that he does like Bea and also is kind of feeling Kenzie. And Bea states that Gabrielle is her number 1 as of right now. But honey, keep exploring, because that man will play you in the end. That man will play you in the end. Mel and Anaya have a chat. And again, she act like she don't know Kata's name and say, what's her name again? And Anaya's like, Kata. But Mel wants to pull other people for a chat, and she wants to pull KC for a chat and test their connection. And I'm like, okay, I understand you telling your friend that in the house or whatever, but the test y'all connection part was odd, but whatever. So Kenzie and Sean share a passionate tongue kissing session or whatever. I was like, oh, whoa, I forgot y'all so damn horny this season. But again, back to Mel. After the conversation she had with Sincere, she didn't want to cuddle in that night. And ever since that conversation, she's been a completely different Mel. Like I said, it really gives that self-sabotage. But everybody wanted mess and wanted a villain for this season. Y'all finna get one. Based on the production's editing and things of that nature and what the world is saying, y'all about to get that villain. So let's keep moving forward in this episode. So, like I said, Mel, she's like, all right, next day, yay, we're about to all, it's exploring time, girls. Mel said, like, we all about to explore, because she's just so gun-ho on, because of whatever's going on with me and Sincere. Even though she threw a fit about Sincere talking to Kata, she finna go, wild out. So Mel and Casey have a chat, and what we saw really was Casey was talking about Sincere, and they then talked about family, and we found out Casey has a lot of siblings, so like he is not fully all in on like kids because he grew up with so many siblings. So like, he'll get there when he gets there, but that's not something that he's worried about right now. And you can see like Anaya was kind of pissed off about Mel pulling KC, which I completely understand. Regardless of the whole, that's the point of the show, this not Friend Island, blase this, blase that, all that bullshiggity that y'all like to say. I still completely understand why Anaya is just like, well, you just blew up over Kata, and since you're having a chat, and now you want to pull my connection, my man, but go off, girl, whatever. So, then you just see, again, we're getting to the mess. Kata needs to be booted from the island for eating apples and ketchup. Girl, what? But anyway, so, we get to, is there anything I need to talk about? Yes, again, Mel. Mel and Kenzie chat briefly before she gets a text about today's challenge. Boss bitch, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a shine like gloss. Anyway, and Mel claims that she wants to explore KC a lot more based off their conversation, which is whatever. And then she says she wants to be messy in this challenge. So let's get to challenge boss bitch, because this point forward, this is where the mess is messing. So the challenge is pretty much you come out and you pick your office crush and you kiss your office crush. You share a kiss with them. So we start off with Anaya, and her office crush was what did I put? I think her office crush was Sean. I think her office crush was Sean. And then after that, you will read a job description, and you will read, not a job description, you read something who fits that job description, and then that islander that you pick gets dropped in the slime or whatever. And then you go inside the private office, and that's where the girls meet the new bombshell Corbin, and they share a passionate kiss with him. And then they come back out, and then lastly they share a kiss with their person and their couple. So when we see Anaya do that, baby, KC and Anaya got it on. Ooh, papi, mami. I was like, yes, Kanaya, yes, yes, yes. I love them, and I love the tidbits that we're getting, because production not showing a lot of them because they know what's the tea. I just fear Kanaya's relationship is Casa Moore is going to fuck them up if they make it that far. But I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them. At the end of the season, I will come back to this video and be like, see, I told y'all. But, and then again, KC meme ass. He fell out the damn chair. After he got slimed, he fell out the damn chair. And Anaya slimed KC. And it's okay, she kissed the man anyway. But, so then we get to Bea. Bea does her office kiss with Sincere. Step on someone's toes. Kenzie, she said Kenzie just because she's single and vulnerable, which, girl, you was being a little petty because Kenzie got some going on with Gabriel potentially. But cool, I'm about to speed through some of these because some of them weren't really anything special. But well, I'll just go through everybody. Trinity's office crush was Sean. They had a really good kiss. She said faking it for the promotion. She said Bryce. And then Bryce kind of got his lick back because when she kissed her couple, Bryce put that shit on her. But Kenzie, little funny ass, talking about, damn, she getting some of that turtle tongue. That's crazy. Bryce had to get his, like I said, Bryce had to get that lick back. But it was so funny that Kenzie said that because, and remember, she said, when they kiss, she was like, it's just like a turtle tongue. So I thought that was funny that she said that. But it's Mel's turn. Her office crush is KC. Of course, like she just said, she's gonna be messy in this competition. This challenge. Anaya was shocked and kind of pissed, and KC was humping and all of that. So she was kind of pissed. Understandable. Whatever. I don't care what y'all say. And here comes the mess. Here comes the mess, and this is where Melanie met her match. So here's her question: who needs to be fired, or whatever? And she says Kata, and she says, whatever. Kata was like, girl, the fake love, whatever. You've been mad all day from one chat. She said that in her testimony, her confessional, and I agree. You got beef with Kata off of one chat that she had with Sincere that again was not talking about nothing but dogs and family and where they from, but go off, honey. And then Sincere and Mel at the end, of course, she kissed her couple. It was crazy. Everybody, like I said, everybody kissed Corbin. I'm not going through that. They kissed him. He told them, of course, don't tell the boys, whatever, cool. And then we get to Kata. Oh wait, no. Kenzie. First off, shout out Britney Spears. You better work, bitch, because Kenzie ain't that. Kenzie ate that. Her office crush was Gabrielle. That kiss was nasty. Shout out Kendall. My girl was eating. Kenzie was eating. Kenzie was eating. Office gossip. She dumped Anaya in the slime because she was like, Anaya just always know the tea. It's nothing messy. But and then it was a side note. She kissed Kate. I was like, oh, period, little Les. Little, come on, whatever. And then Sean and Kenzie they just so freaky and nasty. They got really good chemistry with one another. And then we get to Kata. Like I said, Melanie has met her match. Office crush, Kata picks Sincere. And she getting her lick back on Melanie. And Melanie just sitting over there, twisting her hair, stuck. Then, who needs a promotion from their couple? Sincere. I put, ooh, you messy bitch. Because, yeah. And Kata says in her confessional, I'm a tit for tat girl. Like, you go low, baby. I am not Michelle and Barack, baby. I am not going high. Baby, I'm going low right with you. So, it was so funny because she literally went tit for tat. So, all the boys talk and all the girls talk, whatever. Bea said she was gonna scoop the money with her legs. Killed me. I know a lot of people kind of tired of the leg jokes, but it's not your joke. It's not your body, or it's not your joke. And she could be doing that to cope with, everything or whatever. It doesn't matter. Laugh or don't laugh, or shut the fuck up about it. But overall, they had a great conversation. Kata and Mel squashed their little situation because Mel kind of addressed it like, what was your reasoning behind it? And she basically said, well, girl, I was dumping you for something because you dumped me. Like, I was going to get my lick back. And like, she got up and gave her a fist bump. Mel did. And Kenzie hugged her and she was like, you ain't gotta hug me like, too long, the fake love, like whatever. Kata a real ass girl. She like, I ain't playing that. You don't fool with me for real, cause you was mad that I pulled your man for a chat. And now you mad because you dumped me and I dumped you too. And I kissed your man. Baby, I got my lick back. So whatever. We cordial, we ain't gotta be friendly, but like, let's keep it at that. And Kata was literally chill after that, cool. So, Kenzie and Bea finally had their chat or whatever. And in that chat, Kenzie apologizes for not talking to Bea about like how she wanted to be, kind of pull Gabrielle for a chat after they kind of locked in on their connection. Excuse me. But overall, they had a really good conversation. It was very reciprocated. Kenzie heard her out and responded maturely. Same with Bea. They understood both points of view and they came to a conclusion, agreement, and moved forward. And they both appreciated the conversation that one another had with one another. Trinity receives a text that says, gather at the pit immediately. So they gather at the pit. I'm getting cold, I'm sorry. So Trinity receives a text. They all gather at the fire pit immediately. KC receives a text that says, welcome to the villa, Corbin. He's 22-year-old. He's from Miami. And Mel, just how she was acting, yes, like clapping. And I'm like, I feel like you shoving it in Sincere face to get back at him, but I thought y'all squashed it. Like, I thought it was just it was a lack of communication. So why, like, now I feel like you being petty, and I just think it's kind of immature. But when he gets there, Corbin cringe ass talking about nice to see y'all again, and KC like again my boy KC is the meme king of the season. So he like again,
nice to see y'all again?
What
Again?
Here's cringe Corbin. That's what I'm finna call him until otherwise. Cringe Corbin. He's like, so ladies, y'all gonna tell him or you gonna have me do it? I just thought it was. We'll get to Corbin. So he's like, well, since the lady's too scared, fellas. When they pulled into the private room, I was in there and I shared a passionate kiss with each of your ladies or whatever he said. And Sincere genuinely was like, what the fuck going on? Like, it was so funny. Like, they cut out to a commercial on Sincere face and he's like, it was so funny. But yeah, Corbin tells the guys what happened, and I literally put, he light-skinned as fuck, like he cringed. And then like he's like, all right, well, fellas, I'm gonna ask y'all to like leave so I can talk to y'all, you know, ladies or whatever. Cringe. So all the fellas introduce themselves to him, and the fellas go talk on a little separate couch, and Corbin and the girls talk. Now, prior to this, at some point within the conversation, specifically when Bea and Kenzie talked, Bea said, like, you know, I feel like you should have first dibs on talking to on talking to Corbin, because she was explaining to her, like, you know, the reason I'm talking to Gabriel and everything is because I'm single. Like, you know, I'm kind of like, I'm trying to find something. Like, you know, the people she's with, she's like, I don't really feel those connections. Like, I'm trying to find something that I love and that I like, or that I'm really falling for it. And like, that's why she was like, you know, I think you need to have first dibs on talking to Corbin, because you're the single and the vulnerable one. We aren't. So, and I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I just think that's you looking out for your homegirl, and I just think that's quite fair, if we being honest. But it seemed as if that was a understanding with all the girls off screen, but it didn't seem like it transferred to Mel, or if it did, it went out her mind. So as Corbin and the girls are talking, again, cringe, it just gave cringe. Like, a lot of them were fiending over him, but especially Mel. Like, and you can see, like, she's like talking to him, and like you can see Kenzie tap her like, girl, back up, like, just take back up, like. And Trinity was just like, back up, mama, like, back up, mama, you right next to him, mama, like, back up, like, we can't even see past you because you just all up or whatever.
I think y'all might have to talk to me one-on-one to figure that out.
You right there, mama.
Just turn your head.
I know, I like that. Trying to see here.
And as they're literally talking, like, they're like, you know, when was your last relationship or something? And Corbin answers, and Trinity's like, do you mind telling us why? You know, they just grew apart. Mel's like, can I pull you for a chat? Right in the middle of like everybody talking. And Bea's just like, that's odd. Like, so they pull for a chat, they talk or whatever, and Sincere, petty, he starts clapping once he sees that she is taking him for a chat. And again, like I said, ever since that conversation, we got a completely different Mel. And yeah, it's just been really odd, because I feel like you're lashing out based on an assumption of a conversation and a miscommunication that got handled. And I feel like ever since then, it's been just complete different Melanie. But while she's talking to Corbin, the girls, Bea and the girls, is kind of like, you know, I really didn't fool with that. Like, it just gave very excessive. It gave, you know, like, they didn't say it, but pick me. Like, you know, let me go talk to you so I can get my dibs on you, even though you have a connection. And of course, we all here to find that connection, but Kenzie really ain't got one. Like, I feel like Kenzie should have had that conversation first. Kenzie should have been the one to talk to her first. And that's not what happened. So Melanie gets done talking to Corbin or whatever, and she come back to the girls, and, you know, she's telling them what happened. And Bea's like, I don't like how you did that. Like, you know, it gave excessive. You was, you know, leaning forward, already blocking in, when Kenzie really should have had that conversation with him first, because she's the one that's single and vulnerable. And the conversation, it kind of got heated. You could see Melanie is like, well, you know, it's not like that, like, relax. And Bea's like, well, don't tell me to relax. And she was like, well, something like, you know, well, since what I did was annoying to you. And she was like, well, I didn't say it was annoying, I said it was excessive. And then she was just like, you know, I just need you to take accountability and recognize that what you did, and that it was wrong, and that it's not cool, and that you're not going to make it happen again. And I guess I can agree in some sense that that part was like, a lot. Like, I'm forcing you to basically say you need to take accountability. Whoa, like, that could be a lot. But Bea, like she said, I'ma say something because I did not fool with what she did, and she spoke about it with the girls. And when Melanie got back, she addressed that shit immediately. Melanie was not having it. She, after that, she was like, well, that's what I took accountability. And Bea's like, all right, well, cool, that's it. And Melanie's like, okay, and smiles. I'm like, oh, that's a crazy ass girl smile. Like, okay. Like, I'ma smile and say, okay, before I beat your ass. That's what it gave. And Trinity was just like, so, tell us about the conversation. Well, I don't even want to talk no more. Like, cause you just did too much. Like, and it just immediately went from there. And then we get our next meme. Give me 10.
Give me 10. Give me 10.
I didn't know she was that sensitive.
Just know.
Give me 10. Give me 10. Give me 10. Give me 10.
Give me 10. So Melanie is storming off, and everybody is watching and can kind of see that the conversation seems to be aggressive, or it seems to be intense. So as Melanie's walking off, because she just needs somebody to talk to, she goes see Kata and is like, can we talk? And Kata's like, why? Would the girl you was just having beef with want to talk to you because you having beef with somebody else? Come on now, Melanie. Come on now, sister. Ain't nobody doing that. And then Anaya's like, I'm gonna go talk to her, because Bea's like, did I say something wrong? And people doing they think pieces, who was right, who was wrong. If I had to give my opinion, I think how Melanie went about it was a little excessive, especially in the middle of the conversation. Like, I just felt like that was like, whoa. Like, it just gave very abrupt, especially after everything that's gone on with you and Sincere. Specifically, I felt like that was a little crazy. That was a little odd. Like, it was a lot. But then we get to the end, and she, Anaya's like, hey love, like, let's talk. Let's talk. And she's like, where you wanna go? Back to the couch? I'm not going back to the couch. That's crazy. Just give me 10. 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 Give me fucking 10. And that was episode 4. Woo, child. Y'all want a mess? Y'all got mess. Y'all wanted it. And I can't wait to see what's coming up, especially because on Sunday, there's a recoupling and someone is going home. Someone is going home. I can do my predictions and everything. If the guys are picking, Melanie potentially could go home. And if not Melanie, maybe Kenzie? I don't know. Or I don't know who. But if the guys might be picking, Melanie could potentially go home, because Sincere is like, that's a lot. Like, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship with my partner's acting and treating and talking about me that way. So if the guys are picking Sincere, Melanie might be out of here. But if the girls are picking, Sincere might be out of here. Or Bryce. I don't want Sincere to go nowhere. No shade, sorry Bryce, pack your ass. I won't be mad at that. But yeah, this episode was definitely a needle pusher for what's gonna happen moving forward. I can't wait to see the fallout of this episode. I can't wait to see the trajectory that this goes towards. But yeah, I think the dynamic in this villa is definitely gonna change. But I think a lot of people on the internet going crazy when on Sunday we probably get an apology from like both of them, or how the conversation went, things of that nature. So just calm down. Like, again, remember, these are real people trying to get here and experience love. It was a bunch of tweets that I saw that literally are explanations and proof of like exactly the stuff that I agree with and things of that nature. Like, I just think a lot of people are trying to, again, y'all want mess out of this season when that it's Love Island. And like somebody said, don't complain about the show being boring if Melanie goes home. And somebody quoted it and said, it's Love Island, not Drama Island. There has been great seasons where people weren't at each other's throats or acting emotionally unhinged. We are here to see people fall in love. And that's why I said in my video, again, if you have not watched it, click that. Have we lost the plot? Have we lost the plot in so many different ways? But I won't keep y'all much longer. We will be back here next week. So what I'm doing, what the plan that I'm doing is, as you know, episodes don't come on Wednesday and Saturdays. Saturdays is After Sun. I am a big After Sun watcher. I believe if you're not watching After Sun, you are missing half. You're missing something. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's like watching Drag Race and you're not watching Untucked, because I be skipping Untucked, no shade. But I definitely think After Sun provides a lot, and it's a good woosah of the show before we get to the heavy episodes that are always on a Sunday. So what the plan is always gonna be throughout the week, I will again be on my TikTok. I will be reviewing episodes on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then on Saturday, I will give a week recap of what happened from that Sunday through that Friday. And then Saturday, record this episode. Sunday, post the episode. And then Sunday night, of course, we will all watch what happens in the new week. So that's the current plan. That's a lot on me, but I love what I do, and I love my community that I'm building with you guys. So yeah, I'll be make sure to stay on top of it and keep doing that. So I have a lot to edit, so I'm gonna get to that now. But I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for watching. Please drop y'all comments and opinions. If you made it this far, you a real one, for real. Cause I know this is a long video, but I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything about Love Island. I love you guys. Thank you, and I will see y'all on the next one. I can officially leave the villa for now. I'll be back shortly. See y'all.